Standing inside a Torque F7. One of the coolest things that's come out in a long time. And let me say this is a residential piece from my standpoint, but it's got a commercial warranty. So if you were because I can't imagine somebody putting this in a health club, but if you're a personal trainer or something, you have a small, tight studio, this would make a lot of sense. So it's a good thing it's got a commercial warranty. Really, really cool piece. I'll show you one of the cool features at the end. This is one of those combo things I do because I'm going to show you an exercise, but it's also showing off this Torque F7. And the reason is we have this little tiny showroom in Mobile next to the health club side, and there's always people working out in the health club side, so I come into the showroom side, so it winds up being double whammy if I want to show an exercise, and I'm going to show an exercise. So Torque F7, dual weight stacks, smooth, true weight stacks. This is only 150 pound stacks, it'll go up to 200 pound stacks. But the 150 pound stacks are truly heavy 150 pound stacks, and if you've been a lifter, you know what I'm talking about. Some stacks, the way they've calibrated it, aren't so heavy. You can get it with or without this incredible bench. That's for another segment. I'm just going to let it roll out of the way. There's nothing hard about it, just roll out of the way. Like that. One of the things, everybody's got to do their own little thing, so they came out with this little patented attachment thing, which is really cool. Once you understand, it's easy in and out. The problem is, when I look at this, I'm kind of an attachment whore. I'm going to have me lots of cable attachments. So I'm thinking my stuff's not going to fit this stuff. If I see something really cool by a third-party company, it's not going to fit. That would upset me deeply. So, of course, Torque had already solved that. So this is your typical attachment you see in every gym in America. So, all right, so I went and got, this is one of those double things. I'm going to show you an exercise that I happen to love on a cable machine, and I'm standing inside the Torque F7, which is one of the ultimate functional trainer cable machines. So it's got all this blended into this one little segment. Just attach it like that. This would be like a French press or a lying tricep extension is what this would be like. Now, why I like it standing up with cables is a couple things. First of all, I'm not a big do crunches, do sit-ups. I'm thick-waisted anyway. So I like to do things that make my core activate in a natural way. Well, you'll see I'm going to have to crunch down to start this movement. That's number one. I like that. I also like, it doesn't seem to bother my elbows as much as some of the traditional stuff is. You get older, and even you young guys and girls probably have tendonitis a little bit in your elbows, tennis elbow, they call that. So that's why I like this exercise. Real simple. You step out. You want to keep your elbows as close to parallel to the plane. If they dip down or up, it's not going to be the end of the world, but as close as possible. Keep your head down so you don't whack yourself. And at the end, there's a little thing you can do at the very end where you kick out the rope. You see my hands turning out slightly? If you do that, you feel that really squeeze your triceps. And that means you don't have to use a lot of weight on this. Matter of fact, I'm not using hardly any weight. All right. So what I'm talking about with the natural contraction that occurs is I'm holding my shoulders and down. That's a crunch, right? So it's a static crunch for my core while I'm working triceps. And the other thing about cables is if I'm laying on a bench, which is the traditional way you think of doing this, using dumbbells or barbells, at the top of it, the bone is supporting the weight, right? Because at this point, if I'm laying on a bench, you have to imagine I'm laying on a bench, that's just supporting the weight. Well, on this, when I get to here, those cables are still pulling on the tricep muscle. So it's never, ever, ever getting a break. Is that a good thing? Yeah, it's a good thing. Amount of tension, time under tension is a phrase that we use in this business. And that's one of the things that's been proven, that if you don't have a certain amount of time under tension, the muscle does not change. And of course, if you're not lifting weights, some kind of resistance or something floating around in there. If you're not lifting weights of any kind, bands or dumbbells or barbells or cable machines, you're not going to change your body at all. You've got to build muscle to change the shape of your body and to lose fat. Can't say it enough, can't say it enough. But anyway, I told you I'd show you one more thing, one more cool thing. So watch it. When you get through with this, and it's in a corner, we actually set up in the showroom just so I can show this off. When we're done with it, we're just gonna fold her all up like that. It doesn't take up any space at all. It could be in your, if you have a 10 by 12 bedroom, you have room to train on a real high quality machine. So that's the machine part of it. That's just really cool. And if you've got small children, they can't get hurt with this machine. That's torque F7. And that's a standing cable tricep extension. And that's what I call a blended segment.